Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is Russell, Russell. Make sure you guys subscribe. The button's right at the top. Click the thumbs up the video, and make sure you guys subscribe. Hope you guys enjoy this video. And this is Russell, Russell. So I'm going to talk to you guys about a couple of things. Lil Wayne and his new song, and the newest artist that he has up on this track, 6'7", is Corey Gunz, and the rant that Chris Brown versus RazB on Twitter the other night. And first, let me just say rest in peace to Tina Marie. She passed away December 26th, and she is a voice that will be missed in the R&B community and the music business in general. And you know, she was just something like no other. You know, she was the first white female signed with Motown Records, and she was sort of like, you know, the prodigy of Rick James. And you know, she has such great songs with him, like Fire and Desire, one of the classic songs that she has with him, and Ooh La La La, which is the Fugees also sample a couple of years later. And just so many great things that she has made and created, and she is someone that will be missed in the music world. So I'm just gonna get to the Twitter fiasco that happened last night, or when this is taped last night, when this video was recorded. So RazB was on Twitter, and he was talking to Rihanna. They say via toyasworld.net, they said that they were talking, and he somehow brought up Chris Brown or whatever, and Chris Brown and him were going back and forth. Chris Brown was calling him a homo thug, and so that's why he take out the butt, blah blah blah. And of course, RazB was saying you're a woman beater and all sorts of stuff, and they were just going back at it. RazB was threatening him, threatening Chris Brown's life, saying if you come by me, if I see you in LA, I'm going to put my pistol in your mouth and shoot you, or whatever, and just all sorts of stuff. And now Chris Brown, he did make an apology the following day, but my thing is this: you have been through so much in the past couple of years that you should not do anything that should damper your career or your who you are as a person any more than what you already have done. You know, he said stuff like you're a homo thug and that's why you were raped, and just, you know, saying, because we all see RazB was saying how he was raped by members of B2K and Chris Stokes and Marcus Houston, how they had sexually molested him rather, and sexually assaulted him or whatever. And he's been putting out videos. He wants, you know, sort of get famous again, and that's how he does it. And Chris Brown's like, that's why you were blah blah. And just being that, with that said, knowing his condition, the type of person he is, and seeing that he is doing this just to get famous, because obviously, if you're not trying to get famous, you shouldn't be putting on videos every couple of weeks talking about the same exact thing. He should be going to court about it, but he's not. He's doing it the wrong way. He's putting out videos and stuff, so obviously he is hungry for the fame, and he was provoking you. You were the next best person to provoke, and you fell for it. You should have learned from your mistakes in the past, especially with your Twitter mistakes, where you were Chris Brown. You have to learn how to control what your fingers do on Twitter. Don't take anything to heart that everyone says to you on Twitter, because he had said a couple of rants before, talking about how Walmart wasn't selling his stuff, how he was getting blackballed, and he was talking about how what Jay-Z said at a war show or something like that, I believe, and he took that down. He deleted his Twitter, and he brought it back up. And Chris Brown, you should have learned from these mistakes you have posted on Twitter, that you should not post every single thing that happens to you, or someone says. You should not have to post it. You should keep it to yourself and just say whatever, because you see what this guy is doing. He's only trying to get famous off of, you know, what other people are saying. Even though you can't get mad, he's calling you a woman beater. I mean, you did mess up Rihanna really badly. I mean, with that said, I mean, what said is said. I mean, look at the picture. You really fucked her face up. I'm just saying. But I mean, you can't take that to heart and say, well, that's why blah 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 blah. You should have said whatever, walked away from the situation. But no, you guys have been back and forth for over like 2 hours almost, all night long, tweeting back and forth to one another. It should have been squashed. Chris Brown shouldn't have had replied to it, and in your apology, does not take back what you said, because we could easily go back and see what you have posted, you know? So, Chris Brown, I'm disappointed in you with your judgment, and just for allowing for him to provoke you that way, and for you just to let him do that and fool you into him getting more publicity, because now he has RazB actually gained, I believe, 20,000 more followers, making him a little bit more famous. His name is back out there. I mean, B2K has not been together for quite a while, and it's just getting more people to listen to what RazB has to say. And Chris Brown, I hope this isn't dampen your career, because, I mean, what you have a 3 Grammy nomination, which he did bring out. He says, if I want to ruin my career, I'll give you a call. But Chris Brown, you did ruin your career. So, I mean, hey, what said was said. And Chris Brown, make sure next time you actually take the time to cool off and not to post every single thing that comes to your head if someone's dissing you or attacking you, because as we see here, you had done it multiple times in the past, and if you keep up with that, you're just going to lose fans, and people are going to keep on blackballing you, as you would like to say, and you won't get your career back on track as it's supposed to be. I mean, Chris Brown has, you know, a #1 song and #1 movie out the same week during the summer, so that was a good look. The 3 Grammy nominations, which was a surprise for everyone. I mean, Chris Brown, you're on the right track right now. Don't let anyone pull you away from that, and you shouldn't have fell for what RazB was trying to say. Next up, Snooki was supposed to come down the ball New Year's Eve. You know, every single year, Dick Clark has a countdown, and when it hits 1, the big ball starts to go down at 60 seconds on New Year's Eve on a channel in Times Square on channel ABC or NBC or whatever you watch to watch the ball drop. And they said that Snooki was supposed to be in the ball, or on the ball rather, but they decided not to have that. The people who were the committee of New Year's Eve said no, that they actually did not want her to be in it because MTV never filed anything or any claims. So now they're saying that they're going to have it at nearby the house where the Jersey Shore cast had taped their show. And that's because MTV was having the Jersey Shore New Year's, so they want to have a, you know, Snooki theme, I guess, or whatever. My thing is this: why are we taking something so classic and tacking it up by having Snooki be in the ball? That's so stupid. I don't know if it was just going to be her name there, or if she was going to actually physically be inside the ball itself. But I'm glad that they're not doing it. They're not going full through with it, and I'm glad that they rejected their idea, because, I mean, it's so stupid. It's making something special and something that's timeless just being gimmick and just getting this girl more famous for doing nothing. I have a video about the Jersey Shore up here already. That's how I feel about them. It's like watching a car accident. These kids are getting paid so much money to do nothing. You know, they do entertain us, for people who do watch the show, but come on, the Jersey Shore, they get paid. Mike is getting paid like $3 million for this past year, but we have Nobel Peace Prize professors only making, you know, $100,000. Snooki's making is making 6 figures for doing nothing. You know, we're rewarding people to act a fool and acting crazy on our television screens, whereas people who are scientists and making the world a better place, they're not getting paid anything. But hey, that's what our society is. That's what it is to live in America. It's the American dream. Everybody wants to be on TV and get famous. No one wants to be a doctor or a nurse or whatever. Everyone wants to be a rapper, singer, songwriter, blah blah, basketball player. That's what the society has taught us to do. Next one about rappers. Lil Wayne has released a new song called 6'7", I believe, and it's featuring his latest new project. Now, to me, in my opinion, I'm not too big of a Lil Wayne fan, but to me, it's kind of messed up, sort of, because Lil Wayne has been in jail for a year almost. And everybody has been anticipating his new music, his new sound, what he's going to bring us. And whatever he's doing, everyone wants to, know what it is. And for him to have this newcomer who has been out since 2005, I believe, but he is a newcomer to the mainstream music, Corey Gunz, and to have him push away all the other people who are in Young Money, and to have this new kid to come up and say, I'm bringing you along with me, come on. Not you who are standing in line since the whole Young Money record label got started. I'm going to have this cat come up here with me and have him cut the line and be the next one to go up. He already had Drake, and he already has Nicki Minaj come out. What about the rest of them? To me, everyone's waiting and anticipating what Lil Wayne's doing, The song's already number 9 on Billboard. It debuted at number 9, actually. And this is a big breakthrough it could have been a big breakthrough for any of these guys who are still standing in line waiting for their next shot to be, the next hot rapper and the next big thing to happen in Young Money. We don't know how long Young Money's going to be the top spot. So he's pushing all these dudes away and say, here you go, Corey Gunz, here you to the world, introducing Corey to the world, whereas these other people, they were in other songs with Lil Wayne and Drake. They had the Make Your Bed Rock and the Any Girl in the World, but Lil Wayne wasn't in jail at the time, so these songs didn't have such a huge impact to us, the community, to the people who are listening to music, as a song that this Lil Wayne's first single that he has coming out of jail. Everyone's listening or waiting to hear what is Lil Wayne coming out with next. Everyone who is a Lil Wayne fan, that's a lot of people. So they're waiting to hear what's next, and when they first hear it, they're going to love it regardless of how good or bad it is. And with him being on the track, everyone will eventually start to love this dude. But these guys who are waiting in line aren't. And the people on the radio station were saying, oh, is he going to be the new, because he is from New York, and I listen to New York radio stations because I live in the tri-state area of New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut, and they were saying, oh, is this guy going to be the next big thing to come from New York? Is he going to bring New York back to the top? And a lot of people are saying no, because he's too much of a groupie, meaning that he sounds too much like Lil Wayne. If you listen to him, he sounds a lot like Lil Wayne. He has a similar flow as well on this song. He does. And no, I do not think that he should be considered the next big thing to come from New York, or rather to be, the next thing to bring New York rappers back on top. Basically, because if you want to be the next best thing, you can't sound like anyone else. You have to have your own sound. He sounds too similar to Lil Wayne for us to say he's going to help bring New York City back to where it is placed and take over back to the rap game. As we remember back in the 80s and early 90s, New York City, that's where all the rappers came from, And then California started coming in the early 90s, and the South started coming in the mid-90s or whatever, and it just started becoming everywhere. But they're just saying, can he bring back New York to be on the top spot? And no, he can't. If you want to be the next best thing, you have to sound like the next best. You have to sound like the next best thing, not sound like someone who's already here. That's just my take on it. And on other artists on Young Money, Lil Kim is still upset about Nicki Minaj. She was on a radio station also talking about, how when she saw Faith Evans or whatever, her relationship with Faith after the whole Biggie incident with Diddy, and how her takes on Nicki Minaj. Real quick, she talked about how Diddy he's not loyal, which I agree with her on that. Everything she said, I agree with her, because she was saying how she was with Young Money when before Nicki Minaj got famous. She was saying how she was supposed to do the song with Nicki Minaj, and then with Birdman, that then they decided not to make the song into a single, and to rather put it on an extra option song on the deluxe version rather than have it actually on the album. That just goes and shows you that they didn't really want to have a union with Lil Kim and Nicki Minaj, because if you really wanted to make them be a union, not to have beef or whatever, they would have told Nicki not to do those songs where she was talking about, you know, Foxy Brown and Lil Kim in the past. Go look on YouTube and type in Nicki Minaj dissing Foxy Brown and Lil Kim. You'll hear she was on mixtapes talking about Foxy Brown. She was talking about Foxy Brown just having a fake accent. She was saying, oh, they need to go back in the time machine because they're not high anymore. Yeah, she was level, whatever. She was dissing Lil Kim as well as paying homage, if you will say that. But to me, the dissing outweighs the paying homage, because you could say, I love you so much, but behind closed doors, you were, you know, dissing her and Foxy Brown when you were saying, no, you never were. So I don't know how she could say she feels hurt. And she also was saying that Diddy is over there working with them only because they're the new hot thing, and I bet she's only using them. And Lil Kim actually said she wanted to use them, have them both team together. If you think about it, everyone's saying that, you know, Lil Kim always starts beef with all these female rappers. Go look back and how many songs you see with Lil Kim where she actually has songs with other female rappers. One of her first hits, she had Missy, Left Eye in it. She had all the great late female rappers of the 80s in the video. I think the song's Ladies Night, yeah. Who else? She had a bunch of people on that song. She also performed at award shows and stuff. So for people to say she always has beef with the next female rapper, that's totally untrue, because there goes proof with her working with them, teaming up with them, and saying, here, we're a union, we're together. And she was also talking about how Diddy said he would never work with someone that would talk badly about Lil Kim, and yet there you are with Nicki Minaj, who was obviously dissing Lil Kim back in the past. Regardless of what she's doing now, she's not, you know, she's taking Lil Kim's style. Miss Lil Kim, I mean, you could say yes or no, whatever, but I mean, everything that Lil Kim has done with the hair, the crazy costumes, the sexuality, you could say any female rapper has done all of those, has done some of those things, but not all of them. Everything that she has a sexual style. A lot of female rappers have that. The crazy wigs. A lot of female rappers have that. The sexuality talk. A lot of female rappers have that. Riding with a bunch of dudes. A lot of female rappers have that as well. Can you name a female rapper that has done all those things besides Lil Kim? Not really. So, for people to say she's not something that a lot of female rappers do, that is Lil Kim's swag that she has. And you know, this beef is getting kind of old. If she really wants to start something, she should really not team up with Nicki Minaj. Forget Nicki Minaj. Go team up with Taylor Swift. And I'm dead serious. She should go make a song with Taylor Swift, who has sold 3 million copies of her CD, who was going 3 times platinum within the past 2 months. You guys she dissed Kanye West. You go and diss Nicki Minaj, that'll be a hit. All Taylor Swift fans are gonna go out and buy that. Don't go work with Nicki Minaj. Go work with Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift will get you some fans. Taylor Swift will get you some album sales. Not Nicki Minaj. No one's checking for Nicki Minaj like they're checking for Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift already has sold 1 million copies of her CD in 1 day. In 1 week, rather. Who's done that in the past couple of years? You could say Lil Wayne has done it, yes, with the Car 3. She's outsold the Car 3, though. The last person who has sold more copies of the CD in 1 week than Taylor Swift was back in 2005 with 50 Cent's second album. I mean, Lil Kim, you want to work with somebody, work with Taylor Swift. She'll get your name back out there. You get some bunch of white fans who actually buy CDs. And for people who want to say, oh, Taylor Swift only sells so much because her fans don't know how to download music, well, then that's not a good, reason to say that's why she's doing better. She's doing better because she has a better fan base. If you're not buying her CD, then if you're not buying your favorite musician's CD, that's on you. You know, don't go and blame her fault, her fame and all her trophies and awards and lack of what your favorite artist is doing because of you not buying their CDs or whatever. Do not take away what she's doing, Taylor Swift is doing, because someone else isn't doing it. Yeah, I understand if you're a Rihanna or Beyonce or whoever fan, yeah, I understand that they're going to be more bootlegs of their CD than there are going to be Taylor Swift. But then again, Taylor Swift was not performing at every single award show like Rihanna and Sierra was, or be doing this heavy promotion like they were, and yet she will still outsell them. I'm just saying. I'm not a fan of Taylor Swift, but hey, the numbers don't lie. If she was on the award show and it was a fan voted thing, who do you think will win? Sierra, Rihanna, or Taylor Swift? Or Britney Spears, or Lady Gaga? I mean, hey, she won the 2009 VMA over Beyonce and Lady Gaga and Britney Spears. So I'm just saying. Thank you guys for watching. Some of you guys think about Lil' Kim, should she just get over the beast? I think so. Should Corey Gunz be the next top rapper in New York? And does he sound like too much like Lil Wayne? And do you guys think it's fair for Lil Wayne to have him come out first before all these other people? Or should they just go to another record label and just see what happens there? Or should they just have their arms folded and just sit there and wait until he calls their name like at a doctor's office? Or should he just not have cut in front of the line of all these other people? And does Chris Brown have a right to be mad at what RazB said about him on Twitter? If you haven't seen it, go look on Twitter. You can go look on either one. There's probably a bunch of blogs about it up right now. And thanks you guys for watching. This is Russell, Hammer Russell. Subscribe to the channel. The button's right at the top. Thumbs up. Comment at the bottom. Peace out. This is peace out, right? Yeah, peace out. Thanks for watching.